Hey MVPs, RicoKnows here. Going to talk to you guys about the next matchup on the prelim card. It's a flyweight fight. It's Rei Tsuruya from Japan. He's undefeated, 9-0. And he's fighting Carlos Hernandez. Carlos Hernandez, 9-3. Good record. You see the odds here. It's minus 525. Tsuruya's a favorite. And then Hernandez is a plus 360. Now, that's a pretty big underdog, but I got news for you. He was a bigger underdog in his last fight. Okay, so that's pretty crazy. When I go look at Carlos Hernandez, he lost to Tatsuya Tiara. We just saw that guy win, right? We saw him win in a main event, taking out, blowing out his knee just the other day. Carlos Perez. Was it Carlos Perez? Dude, he got beef with Carlos's. Anyways, so we're looking at Carlos Hernandez here, and when I look at him, he's 30 years old. And I see that he's been fighting in the UFC for a little bit. And he's actually got wins against some guys that are kind of decent. And then he's got 2 losses out here. And I'm like, oh, man, how is he an underdog by like plus 300 or something? What are we doing? He's a decent fighter. So I go watch the tape, see him against Alan Nascimento. Okay, bro. This is bad. This is bad. Losing the way he did to Alan in the first round, not good. It was a submission, rear naked choke, but it's really just getting out grappled. You'll see some scrambling out of Hernandez, which will make you feel pretty good about it. But go look at the numbers. This man has fought 2 fights. His last 2 losses, he landed 3 punches, 3 strikes in this fight. Okay? 3. That's a lot. Because if you see him against Tiara, he only landed 2. And they're going to tell you how good his boxing is. They're going to tell you he's a good boxer. This man has 2 fights, and this one went to the second round. Okay, the second round. Here's the problem with this man. If he's ever given a chance to actually go out there and do those sparring matches, that's what I call them, sparring matches, where they kind of trade combos back and forth, he's got a shot, man. That's where Hernandez shines, is if he's fighting another guy who wants to go out there and shadow box, wants to go and work on their punches. You know, we do this thing where we're like, oh, just jab spar. All we can do is throw our jab while we're sparring. I do these drills for 20 minutes. I'll have my guys do different types of sparring, and I won't let them throw, you can only throw 3 combos, and I give them the 3 combos they're allowed to throw at each other. And they have to get the muscle memory down of throwing those and defending them, right? That's where Hernandez shines. When he's in a fight, and they let him get off and let him throw his punches, and there's really no threat for the takedown. Now, he's a good scrambler. There's moments where he looks like he knows what he's doing, jiu-jitsu-wise, right? But I'm telling you, there is a huge gap in his game, and it's on the floor. It's on the mat. He doesn't know how to deal with rear naked chokes. He doesn't know how to deal with hooks properly. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's just not urgent enough to get up off the mat, and he's going to be in trouble, an immense amount of trouble. So if you don't let him strike, if you let him strike, he's going to do what he did to Bonder. Now, Dennis Bonder, that fight, Bonder had been out for 2 years, and he still had to go to decision to get it done. Another decision here, and it was a split decision. Okay, on this UFC fight night. And then I've just seen him get completely outclassed against Tiara and Nascimento here. And Nascimento is not that guy. He's just not that guy. Okay, Tiara, this other dude, I go watch him. I'm telling you, I don't watch Road to UFC. I didn't watch it. I don't know who he is. Rei Tsuruya, I don't know who you are. You're undefeated. First thing I want to say is there's a UFC fighter over there who's only lost 3 times in his life, and he's been fighting in the UFC for a minute, and he's Mexican, and he's from America. Are you kidding me? Give me these odds, right? Then I go turn on the tape to watch this CR dude. This man right here, I don't like him. He's very feminine. Just something dainty about his stance and the way he the way he carries himself. He's kind of like, you know what I mean? He just got his hip out for no reason. He's got a little too much juice for me. There's just too much sugar in his tank for me. Now I'm secure. Shout out to my girl. What up, Kim? She's sitting right here. She don't even reply to me. Damn, I can't even get a reply from her. But I'm just saying, Like, there's just some sugar in his tank. So I'm like, what is this guy going to do? He's a chain wrestler. You heard of chain smokers. That'll kill you, right? Chain wrestlers will kill you more. Kill you worse. Chain wrestling all day, every day. That's all he's doing. I went and watched it. He look, on the regional scene, before he ever got to Road to UFC, all these guys he fought had never won a fight in their life. Not a fight in their life. None of them. They're all 0 whatever, 0 whatever, 0 whatever. Then he gets the Road to UFC and he starts beating really good people. These are really good fighters. And this was the championship for Road to UFC. This is the second season. So this is a guy who started beating quality competition, and the way he does it is just relentless pressure. He's not a great striker. He kind of punches here and there. He's not a great striker. Well, neither was TR, and he beat the hell out of our boy Hernandez here. Here's what I'll say. Hernandez's path to victory could only be point fighting and getting to the bell in the third round. I don't see it getting to the third round or to the bell. I don't see him doing anything to win this fight because we're talking about some really small guys, and he doesn't have knockout power. You're 125 pounds. He does not have that. He's not a banger. He's not throwing anything that makes me go, whoa. So if you're not punching with enough power to end the fight, right? Carlos Hernandez, if your only skill set is striking and you don't have a single win by knockout, you don't have a single win where you've stopped another man in this world. Everything is submission, rear naked choke. Maybe those are clubs and subs. I didn't go watch them. I'm just saying, I don't see it like that. I don't see him as this vicious striker. He's just kind of touching you up, throwing nice combos. He's slick. You're not going to get to do any of that shit. We're not going to see any of that against this dude right here, Rei Tsuruya. Bro is going to come out, kind of look at you for a little bit, and go get a takedown. Bo nickel your ass. And just be on you. This kid is a wrestler. Oh, by the way, yes, he has TKOs and KOs, but he's just on top. You know, this was a bad stoppage. I forgot who it was. Mark Smith? Mark Smith, terrible stoppage here. I didn't like that. 1 second left in the round, and you pretend like you had to save the guy. You didn't have to save him. The bell could have saved him. We could have seen another round. So I didn't like that. So with that being said, when he got into deeper competition, better competition, he hasn't really stopped these guys. They've been going the distance. They've been going longer than the first round. So careful for everybody out there who's saying, oh, he's going to stop Carlos Hernandez in the first round. I don't know if that's true. I'm not even going to go there. I'm just going to tell you that Carlos Hernandez is a striker. He's a slick boxer. And ain't none of that shit going to matter. Because he ain't going to let you do it. Nope. He's going to be right there in the phone booth with you. He's a backpack, bro. He's going to be on you. Body triangling you from the rear mount. It's going to be bad. And we've already seen this. We've seen this movie before. Carlos Hernandez does not do well. Okay? I think at some point, Carlos Hernandez will be flattened out. Okay? They're going to break down his base, flatten him out, and I think that fight is going to be a problem. So, I'm going to show you guys the card. I'm making this fight for free as well. I usually don't do this, but I'm going to make this pick for free as well. And I'm going to go with a complete lock. It's not hard to say. It's a lock. And a lot of you guys might be like, Rico, it's a lock. Big deal. That wasn't hard to predict. It's still UFC, bro. It's still MMA. It's hard to predict winners. Two men are fighting. Okay? Don't get it twisted. Two men are fighting. But Carlos Hernandez will not win this fight. Ray's going to win it, and you're going to be able to parlay it with some of the other picks. Become an MVP, you'll see all the other picks that I'm doing. But I'm saying that it's not going the distance. And I'm saying Tsuruya inside the distance. Now, a lot of people think it's going to be a submission. Carlos Hernandez can be submitted, but you're going to hate yourself if it's not a submission. What if it's a ground and pound? What if he just gets in a really dominant body position and just beats him up and he doesn't defend himself anymore? Because I've seen this guy, Carlos Hernandez, I've seen him quit on himself. Okay, what if it's not a submission? So just go inside the distance, just go money line, and feel good about it. You can do the double chance on FanDuel. It's not there right now, but usually you can do double chance. If I go to more wages, it's not there right now. It'll be there Saturday. Double chance it and go knockout or TKO submission, something like that. But I think this kid, Ray, I think he's only 20 years old. He's going to put a relentless amount of pressure, and there's no threat for him to get knocked out. It's just not going to happen. Carlos Hernandez has knocked out no one in his life, and I don't think he can outpoint you. I don't think he'll ever be in a dominant body position long enough to win the round. I don't think this kid is going to let you throw any combos whatsoever. It's going to be a smothering, easy win. No sweat. No sweat on this one, but you're going to parlay this with some of the other locks for the night that I feel good about. Okay, so make the right decision, become an MVP, get the rest of the assessment. But this man right here, yeah, I don't like the way he acts, don't like the way he looks. Doesn't matter. He's going to look pretty good after the fight because he's not going to have anything wrong with his face. Your friends don't know, but Rico knows. Peace, y'all.